Well, hello.
This is your number one internet radio station.
Friday, everybody. Welcome to Smile Radio. I'm Rich and...
Hi, and I'm Jeff.
So just shouting. I've got headphones on. Great.
We are close to each other today, aren't we?
Yeah.
There is a reason, Rich.
Yeah, we've got a very, very special day today. We've got the Big Rooster Jeff coming in live. They've got their EP releasing today, so they'll be here soon, the boys, hopefully.
Just call it off licence, haven't they?
I think so, yeah. So we've got a fantastic action-packed afternoon. Me and my sidekick, we're back.
I'm back after a 2-week hiatus.
Yeah.
You did well on your own, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought
Oh, listen, I thought you were very good.
Oh, stop it.
Why you put that post on CV Library? Co-presenter required.
Anyway.
No, but you have though, haven't you?
No,
You're not denying it.
I can't. There's only one of you, Chris. I could never. You're irreplaceable.
Oh yeah, you're making me sound special now.
Anyway, in light of the tragic events of Keith Flint this week, we want to dedicate this show to Keith, and we're going to kick off with a bit of Breathe. So that's a bit of prodigy there. Homage to Keith, bless him. Really sad news. We've just been talking to Rob, who's here with the Big Rooster Jeff guys. They're just getting some refreshments and a toilet break in all their excitement. So we've got, as you know, we are the beacon for audio unsigned music. So we've got all our featured artists this week. And the first track for this one is called The Big Dirty, and their song is The Sex Rock City. And I'll give you a little bit of blurb straight after. So let us know what you think of this. Get in touch with us, Facebook on Smile Radio Yorkshire, Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3. You're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio.
Welcome to Sex Rock City.
Big Dirty there, and these guys come in from Northampton in the UK. the Big Dirty consists of the singer James Shaw, bassist James Cutler, drummer Dave Quickly, and guitarist Dave Datson. Their inspiration comes from the love of classic legends of the 70s, 80s rock and roll era, writing their own music about good times, rock and roll. They carry the music energy into the stage and have been well known for being energetic and banging out some serious rock tunes. So the next tune we're going to be playing is Head Spinner, and these guys are from Wakefield. They're called The Jars. Let us know what you think about this. Get in touch with us, Smile Radio Yorkshire, Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3. And don't forget, we've got the Big Rooster Jeff coming up after the featured artists of this week. So we'll be rocking their tunes this week, and they've got the launch of their, I think it's their EP. So we'll be right back from 4:30. So let us know what you think about the one from The Jars.
On the seat, I see in front of me the road carrying on as I put up my feet. Embroidered roses on the side of her coat, and I mock her wealth cause she did it herself. But really it's better than anything I've ever wrote. She doesn't even know she's the antidote. Time you feel love. I didn't want her to go out last night, but she went still. Around her neck she keeps something sentimental. She can be hostile, but she's got style and she's gentle. And oh, she knows can never win with a but I'm still a winner, cause I can sit here and watch her hair shimmer. Realistically I'm wrapped round a little finger. It's safe to say she's a head spinner. Dangly earring coming down from her ear. As I look in her eyes, I realise I can see the whole world from here. Embroidered roses on the side of her coat, and I mock her wealth cause she did it herself. But really it's better than anything I've ever wrote. She doesn't even know. Time you feel love. I didn't want her to go out last night, but she went still. Around her neck she keeps something sentimental. She can be hostile, but she's got style and she's gentle. And oh, she knows can never win with a but I'm still a winner, cause I can sit here and watch her hair shimmer. Realistically I'm wrapped round a little finger. It's safe to say she's a head spinner. Didn't want her to go out last night, but she went still. Around her neck she keeps something sentimental. She can be hostile, but sometimes she's gentle. And oh, she knows can never win with a but I'm still a winner, cause I can sit here and watch her hair shimmer. Realistically I'm wrapped round a little finger. It's safe to say she's a head spinner.
So we're back with Rich and a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio. We've been joined in the studio by the boys, the Big Rooster Jeff. They'll be coming up after we've got our featured artist of this week.
I've just been making him a cuppa.
Yeah, his toilet break, and they've been having a fag outside.
I don't know why they also drowned one pot though. That was awkward.
So that was the
Jars.
The Jars, and they're from Wakefield, and so they're a 4-piece indie band, and They formed in 2017, and they've been lively on the live music scene of West Yorkshire and getting them busy for the music in release. So they've been doing various venues across Leeds, including the Wardrobe, the Key Club, and also played at Henry Boon's in Wakefield. So if you want to know any more about the bands that we're playing today, go to our website, www.smileradio, click on the featured artists and see all the information, the blurb and the contact details for all the bands. The next one we're playing is the Twin Atomic, and this one's called Hoping. Check it out, guy. Let us know what you think. Smile Radio Yorkshire, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3. So there we're back with Rich and a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio.
The Twin Atomic.
Oh.
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on. You need to talk into Mike. That's we're right
First
pairs.
week apprentice. This is an indie rock band and they hail from Akron, Ohio, in the US of A. And they were our unfeatured artist this week. I think it was Wednesday. They thrive on powerful vocals and guitar riffs that joy you in from the get-go, they say. Music is catchy and infectious, even for the tamest rock fan, driving in some early nostalgia. So if you like those, and anything else you've listened so far today, go on www.smileradio.co, click on this week's unfeatured artists, and then you can find out a little bit more about them, as well as the jazz.
So the next one we're going to be playing is called The Theme, and this is Hold Me. Let us know what you think.
sleep alone. Through it all, we're still holding hands. Time may change us, these become our plans. Hold me, yeah, hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Just hold me, yeah, hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Standing tall, could walk for miles, lost down the long road. Been here before. Hold me, just hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Hold me, yeah, hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Time is coming, feel it in the air. Life is a classroom, meet you there. Just hold me, yeah, hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Just hold me, yeah, hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Hold me, just hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone. Hold me, yeah, hold me. I don't wanna sleep alone.
So we're back with Rich and a little bit of Chris, and we've got the boys from the Big Rooster Jeff. They want to say a quick hello. Say hello, guys. We're live.
Hello.
Yeah.
Rob, are we speaking?
Rob in the background. He's saying hello. And we're on Facebook Live as well. So if you want to check us out, go to Smile Radio Yorkshire on Facebook.
We are live, yes.
We are live, and the boys are here. So we've that one was the theme, and these guys formed out of Southeast London in late 2018.
11.
11. Well done, Chris. Making sure you're paying attention. Their first album, Time for Change, shows diverse as a band, and their influences stemming from ska, punk, rock, and blues. The genre, their genre. I've got my
Don't get
teeth in.
flustered now, you've got an audience.
know.
Last 2 weeks you've been flying solo and you've been right as a bobbin.
I know, because I don't have to perform, do I?
What, in front of me?
Oh.
I'll throw you some raw fish when you get it right.
I will do.
Or a Toblerone.
Yeah, so I like my chocolate.
Not from raw fish when roosters are about.
So the last song we got on our half an hour feature on this week's featured artist on Richard Year's shows this week is Mark Matthews, and it's called Not Falling. So let us know what you think about this one. Get in touch with us. Like I said earlier, we're on Smile Radio Yorkshire on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.
It's Smile Radio 3.
Well done. And if you want to know about this or any other bands, and again, the Big Rooster Jeff, go to www.smileradio.co, click on the featured artists, and you'll see all information, contact details, and what's happening, where they are. We'll be right back after this. Let us know what you think, kids.
strikes the tree. You're the light over me, and the darkness doesn't matter when they're too blind to see. So keep that light over me. I'm seeking divine wealth for me, not this tinsel that we're told to believe in. I'm not falling, no, no, no. 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 Though this rock keeps on spinning and it makes us feel dizzy, place the light over me, 'cause the fog is always thinning, and when we're free to leave, shine that light over me. I'm seeking divine wealth for me, not this tinsel that we're told to believe in. I'm not falling, no, no, no. 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 Though the clouds do gather and thunder strikes the tree, you're the light over me, and the darkness doesn't matter when they're too blind to see. So keep that light over me. I'm seeking divine wealth for me, not this tinsel that we're told to believe in. I'm not falling, no, no, no. 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 Divine wealth for me, not this tinsel that we're told to believe in. I'm not falling.
There we're back now with Rich, a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, me too. Bit of Monkford and Sons. That's what Patrick's feel on that. What do you think to that, then, boys? You're live on.
It was very good. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that
pretty
very
tasty.
much.
I could hear some Bob Dylan and that, quite uplifting.
That's it. Steal my input.
The harmonies were very good.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't have said that, but I like that. No, I'd have said that.
Well, everything I say is all plagiarised. Nothing's original.
So
yeah.
Mark Matthews, he's a London singer-songwriter based in South East London, and he started this year off with a flying start with his first release, Girl Down Under. You listen today to Not Falling,
Not Falling.
So if you like that sound and any others that you've heard today in this first section, go on to www.smileradio.co, click on this week's unfeatured artists, and you'll be able to find all the information that you need about the singers and songwriters you've heard today and bands.
So we've got a very special hour coming up now. We've got the boys from Dewsbury, the Big Rooster Jeff. So good afternoon, boys. Thanks for coming in.
Hello. Good to
Thanks
be
for having
here.
us.
Rob, are you going to say hello again? Is he the silent moody type of man?
This is a secret fourth rooster, Rob.
Rooster Rob.
That's a catchy little nickname they've given you, isn't it?
It is.
Rooster Rob.
So
Birds of a feather.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves then, guys. Wait, I know I said you're all from Dewsbury then. You're
Yeah, well, we're brothers, me and Rube.
Oh, wow.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are indeed.
Brothers from different mothers.
No, brothers from the same mother, fortunately.
Ruben's just more craft work than mine.
Oh, I've had you two down for brothers at all. You're the older
for
one.
real.
Yeah,
I am
he's-
indeed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm from Tingley, just to point that out, yeah. It's like Joy Division, one of them being from Salford, the rest of them were from Macclesfield.
Yeah.
Rube's the brains, I'm the looks, and I'm not sure what Pat is.
Is he the genius?
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be considered as a
something like
genius.
that,
Genie.
Once.
So we're gonna be playing. We've got 4 songs we're gonna be playing. And we're gonna be having a bit of chat and a bit of a laugh, and obviously any things that are going on, any venues, any gigs you got going on. You know, we're happily to plug it and share it and share the love. So we're all about sharing the love here at Smile Radio, because we are the beacon.
Yes.
For all unsigned.
See how smooth it is at times.
Yeah. It's like eating a galaxy, isn't it?
Isn't it? Oh, that flake like Fiona Fullerton.
Oh, stop
go on,
it.
bless you.
You're the beacon, and we're the beak.
Yeah. So come on, tell us about Redshift. This is the first song we've got, innit? So I asked, is it Patrick or Pat? What do you like to do?
Either or.
Patrick's-
The missus calls me Paddington.
Pat, oh.
That just sounds wrong and so. Why'd you rock up into bedroom with a pair of red wellies on? And a marmalade sarnie. The gift that keeps on giving, love.
Hey.
That's because his head looks like a marmalade sandwich.
Says him with golden hair.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, is that natural? Is
No, unfortunately not. We have the same. We used to look very alike. I used to have long hair and a beard.
What, so
just
your brother
like
at puberty and you did?
Yeah. He's just headbutted C-3PO.
No, we used to look identical, but no, I got rid of it all. Needed a change.
I had a bit of work done when I went to LA, so.
On what bit?
Anyway, tell us a little bit more about Redshift. Moving.
Go on, Max, you feel this
So I
one.
wrote Redshift a few years ago, and it was the last track on an acoustic EP that I've done, and it's proper transformed since these boys have had the fingers in it. Like it was quite melancholy, quite Radioheady, bit of a downer to be fair, but it's a bit of an anthem now, isn't it? It's proper come around.
Well, when Max originally presented it, it ended just before the piano solo, and one day I thought, it needs this, and then I showed Max that bit, and Max said, yeah, let's incorporate that and let's add a whole other section to the track, and it just completely. It was a great track before, but once Pat did his unique drums as well, it just sort of really transformed the track into something completely new and completely different.
It's changed from like a 4-minute song into like a near 6-minute one.
Yeah.
And
Were you a Radiohead fan?
massive.
Yeah.
Radiohead fan. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Benz is probably the best. I think it's the best album, and that's probably the one I listen to most.
The Benz is good. Yeah. I don't really dig the Britpop kind of thing that much, so I prefer it when they progress into the more spacey kind of stuff. But the Benz is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and I think all that's left for us to do is just have a play. So let us know what you think. We are live on Facebook, so if you want to check it out, check the guys out, and
Check Rob's Facebook link.
yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So you can check him out. You know, you can
Feels
see.
like he's your bouncer, is it?
He's got many features.
He's proper our man, who's wrong.
He's got many roles.
Man, you put it this way: if he says it's Easter, I'll buy you an egg. Right, on that bombshell.
Nice, you've got that one in, haven't you?
I have. Right, this is Redshift from the Big Rooster Jeff. Check it out. Let us know what you think, guys.
All I knew
really, really like that. Really like that. So I'm just going to read a bit of blurb that Pat or
How would you describe
Huggy Bear. What's it? What
is that?
Is it Huggy Bear? Oh no, it's Paddington, isn't it?
Starsky and
If she's listening,
Yeah,
now,
Starsky
she's gonna,
Nuts.
if she's
Huggy
listening
Bear.
now, she's going to be so mad with you.
Yeah.
Mum calls me Patsy
You're going from
Watsy.
you're going from a cuddly toy to a 1970s
Well, I
stereotypical black and white double act and a pimp.
Was a word on the street. Anyway,
Brother.
Redshift started out as a song originally appeared on Max Jones' acoustic album, and about 3/4 finished and sounded completely different than how it is today. It's a beautiful acoustic and a vocal track which always highly received whenever played live. The other quarter was filled in by myself. I presume that's you. Is that you, Pat?
It's Ruben.
Ruben. All right.
Ruboid.
Right. Well done, Ruben. And when Max decided to get the band together, teaching me the songs, he taught me up to the ending.
Yeah, he taught me all the song up to its original.
All right.
Up to the end.
Right. Okay, it's me. I'm just reading it literally. So, anyway, do you want to expand on how that all came about?
Well, as you explained there, they'd sort of had this song half nailed together. It just needed finishing off, so I'd put drums behind it. And Ruben, as he said, we sort of had a finish, but it wasn't the end, which is where this sort of false ending came. And it carries on another time round, you know what I mean? But then obviously we added that total drop dynamic. So then you sort of build it up and you think it's a normal pop song, really. And then it goes quiet and you think, oh, it's going to build up a bit, but it just keeps going and going.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get into that giving and giving kind of world of tune, if you know what I mean.
We just said while we were playing, while the mics were off, it reminded me a little bit of like the Bohemian Rhapsody, where it goes to a completely different level and it's a different tune altogether almost, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what did you say it sounded
My
like?
Chemical Romance, then there were a fist bump. We all got it.
Should we just reenact that fist bump?
Yeah, let's do it again live. See?
The fist bump live.
That's worth 2 fist bumps. That they are my favourite band.
See?
That'll do me.
Yeah, so I'm not, like I said, when I listened to it last week, and Pat sent me some the other 4 songs that we're going to be playing as well. I'll do the 3 songs as well, which leads me to Complex Boy. Is that right?
Complex Boy.
Yeah.
You just like dropping that boy.
Yeah, boy.
Boy.
Yeah, this started live in the exact same way as Redshift, and once again it was an incredible and well received when played live by Max. With Complex Boy, however, the structure and form was there from the beginning, and all it needed was some piano parts and a melodic drumming. Ooh, did I get that right?
Melodic, yeah.
Melodic drumming, yeah. Well,
Melodic drumming.
Hey,
Well,
check me out. I can read and everything and
well,
stuff.
it was there from the start really, and all that we needed to do was we needed to emphasise with our parts the complexity of what Max had already written, basically.
Yeah, it were definitely a band song that I were playing on acoustic. This one, rather than an acoustic song.
So is this getting the big band feel it deserves?
Absolutely, yeah.
It was hard to learn in it originally because it had these weird changes and strange little notes that only
Just
lasted
before
for a
you
few
talk
seconds.
about what instruments do you play? I'm assuming you're amongst us watching you beat hell out.
Yeah, so I'm the drummer and percussionist.
Yeah.
Percussionist.
I'm the keyboardist on all these, mainly piano, occasionally synthesizers and string sounds.
And I'm the guitarist and the vocaliser.
Vocaliser. Do you all sing little bits yourself as well, or is it?
We will.
We will eventually.
We will.
It's just I've got my chest wobbles round a lot, so I've got a natural vibrato while I'm playing drums. You know what I mean? So and some of the stuff we do is really hard to sing.
Is that wrong? That I got slightly aroused.
Yeah. Well,
You're not the first young man.
That's how he cooked him. He'll be on that Simply Brotherhood on Facebook when it's just members only. Smash or pass.
Natural chest percussion as well.
Swipe right.
Yeah, swipe right. An all new film been open up.
Pal
Are
getting
we on Grindr now?
Yeah, that's just wrong. Coming in just as a lumberjack.
Seedy laughter this afternoon.
Oh
chaps.
my god.
Max is doing his evil laugh.
Yeah.
That was a shout out to my mum.
You bought a lot on Fritzl?
Excuse me.
I think shall we press play?
Let's press play.
So this is Complex Boy, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Rich, a little bit of Chris live, and we're joined in by the Big Rooster Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Check it out, guy. So you're back with Rich and a little bit of Chris, and with the Big Rooster Jeff boys. Say hi.
Ahoy.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm Rob.
And Rob, the groupie, and bouncer,
Photographer.
security. Oh, security. Yeah, well, we'll just leave it there. We'll just leave it there.
Is it paid work you do?
No, it's even worse. Depends.
If my dad's listening now, he's going to be well annoyed.
Depends how good I do what I do.
So, are we still like?
Have you turned me off?
I can't hear. What's going on? Can everybody hear me?
I can, yeah. You can still
Mildly.
That's better. Oh, that's better. It's
like that again?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I genuinely did. And my original, when I said Muse, towards the back end, I'm going to go back to Radiohead.
Well, I do prefer Radiohead. So.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's a good second number on the EP because it's quite short and it's punchy. You know,
No, I did like that. No.
Well placed.
Are any of you fans of the song Roundabout by Yes?
By who?
By Yes.
I'm going to say no.
These are my people, Ruben.
Prague.
I like country and western, a little bit of Americana. I don't like the old stuff.
I was just going to say the intro piano was inspired by that, where it's backwards.
Right.
I've got reverse volume
Yeah.
swells.
Right. Well, we'll have to
I'm
find.
going to have to.
Play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the band or the name of the song?
Yeah, the band.
And
They
what's
did
the
that
song
Owner
called?
of a Lonely Heart song, you know that?
Owner of a Lonely Heart.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did that, but it were a few years before when it were cooler in the 70s to go on for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Very 70s thing.
So tell us a bit more about yourself, because obviously we've got we've got a couple more songs in it. How do we pronounce the next one?
Lapras.
Lapras.
It's
Right.
named after a Pokemon.
Ooh.
A very graceful water type Pokemon. So I've always wanted to use that because it's a beautiful image, and it's like
Because it's fluid.
It's quite-
The music
yeah,
and song
yeah,
fluid.
yeah.
Tell you what, I'm ready down with this.
Tell you what.
I have knocked it out apart today.
There's a bit of a descent into madness with this tune as well.
Is that your input?
With it, you know, when you hang your head and you see birds.
Four cans of special brewing. I mean,
No, but Frosty Jacks, let's get rid
oh,
of it.
good lad.
And only four, eh? But it's one of those where it's a nice sort of instrumentally tangenty type tune, but then when you do sort of have it on and you can have a bit of an experience with it and a bit of a soundscapey type thing, and when we first sort of got it down in a really rough recording, we listened back and we all got a bit sort of emotional about it because it took us to places between us, as a group of three, and it were quite beautiful in a way.
Yeah, so imagine you're riding on this graceful
Pokemon.
water Pokemon, yeah, and it's taking you across the sea on this beautiful marine kind of journey, and then halfway through there's a sort of plunge, a sort of underwater dive that you're not expecting, and it's like, wow.
It sort of peaks and
Whoa.
troughs. There's different sections. It's sort of going up, going down, that sort of thing. And we were conscious very from the beginning not to make it too long because it was one of those where we thought this song could just go on for hours.
Because you could have,
Yeah.
really, yeah.
And when we thought, no, it's got to be concise. It's got to be to the point where people say, oh, I'll play that again. It's only short.
People are going to want more as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we're very conscious of that when we put Lapras together.
Right.
So tell us a bit about how did you all meet? And I know you two are brothers, so that's a bit of a given that. But how did you all get together? If you're from Tingley and you guys are from Dewsbury.
Well, me and Pat were in his first ever band together, weren't we?
We were about 13.
Yeah, about 10 years.
And we played some covers at, the Woodman in White Rose Centre.
Yeah.
Knocked down.
It's
It's
now
a truck station.
Unfortunately.
And we were just, he was singing and I were playing drums. And then it's not like we just went off and did separate things because we were 13. But then many, many years later, we started chatting and hanging about again and going for a beer. And he were always in a band and I were always in a band. And then one day we all got it together and it just worked really well. And this little finger machine just blew us away.
Can you rephrase that? Because that's just come out so wrong.
Sorry, this 88 finger wizard over here.
I like the wizard of the keyboards.
Yeah.
It
right.
also was one of those where it came about where just before Big Rooster Jeff, Max had just come off doing 2 years sort of playing acoustic sets, and he was getting really, really good at it. But really good frontman, he could hold an audience entirely on his own. And it sort of got to the point where he came to me one day and he just said, "Oh, I'm loving it, but I'm just sick of doing it on my own. I just want a band. I want more sounds." And then that's where
A
it
bigger
all started.
dynamic.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
we started working out the songs, and it just all went from there, really.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Would you suggest that your band have a scope for more members, or are you happy as a three?
Well,
if you're going to expand it, I mean, some of your music's quite layered,
Yeah.
and you could, there's scope there to Add more layers?
We're always open to it, but at the moment...
Don't look at me, I can't even use a keyboard, so I'm alright.
Something will just happen on its own.
Yeah.
Everything always happens on its own. If you want something and you wait, it happens. It just does.
Yeah,
It's
And
one of
just,
those.
you know.
We could always be a 3-piece, or we could always not be a 3-piece.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always just- We're not actively going, oh, we need this,
Yeah,
and that.
yeah.
We're trying to expand our sounds. Pat's got little percussion elements on his kit. I've got a second keyboard for different, more expressive sounds, and
Yeah.
Max has got infinite pedals for different effects. And it's
Yeah.
just
We're
one of
open,
those
yeah.
back-
We don't always need to be free. I mean, we could kick you out one day and be two.
That don't sound right good for you, Ruben.
No, unfortunately
No, but
not.
yeah, I think I really like
It's
how
a
it is at
cool
the moment
industry.
because we need to be more than just one musician
Yeah.
each. So we all need to be sort of
Bring
one
more
and,
to the
one
game.
and a half
Yeah, yeah,
each.
yeah,
yeah.
And so we all need to be always on top form, and it's good to have that sort of like drive and motivation to like be better than you.
Being better than your actual self. Yeah.
So it seems like there's more than three of us.
And it's one of those where we're all so different in what we do on stage. Like we're all I have to stay still behind the keyboard, but Max is running himself about, throwing himself about, and then Pat is a very expressive drummer. You can see him flying around the kit, and he's sort of the main attraction. Really, people come and they say, "Oh, I just couldn't stop watching Pat. I just couldn't stop watching him drum."
Yeah,
Oh,
we've
Paddington.
got
Yeah.
this
So there's a lot of things going on in us live shows to
very
watch
theatrical
and keep us
Do you have
islands.
How did you create your stage persona then? Obviously, drummers are slightly left of centre anyway. Keyboardists, even in any band, they're there, aren't they? But as a frontman, how you've gone from an acoustic set.
just channeling, sort of like almost like an interpretive dance kind of thing. Like you feel the music,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just go with that. I've seen far too many sort of like lazy swagger kind of frontmen,
Yeah.
but like that's not me at all. It's much more sort of raw, emotional,
In your face.
running around,
Yeah.
load of energy.
Falling
and that.
over and going upside down.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when me and Pat spoke a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and you mentioned some of the venues that you've been to. So where have you actually played at of late? Because you said you've had some real positive feedback on your live performances.
We did the 360 Club in Leeds. And we did that at the end of last year. We got invited to do end of year show, and that was cracking. That was pretty much filled out, wasn't it? And
And we did plenty of summer outdoory things where we could. Just, sort of a lot of local stuff, because at the end of the day, we only started this last January, and in the nicest possible way, people didn't care.
Yeah.
So we wanted to get this local thing going and let people know that music's still happening from little places. Bebop Deluxe want the last band to come out of Wakefield, for instance, and stuff like that. And, so we did a lot of charity stuff, and we got on board with a few people putting regular shows on. But then this year now it is all about, we've been asked to do some other stuff in Leeds later on in the year. We've got one in Morley for all hometown people. We've got one in Harrogate at the end of June, which will be really nice. Harrogate's a different kettle of fish for us.
Yeah.
It's all still building up at the moment.
I thought we were going to get to play in a castle this year, because Pat came to us a few months ago and said we've got a castle gig, but it just turned out to be at a pub called The Castle. Thought we were proper moving up in the world.
Yeah, we did.
We've got a message on Facebook Live. Lisa Talent, Patrick, you're so Yorkshire.
Thanks, Lisa.
And she loves Big Rooster Jeff. So where did the name come from? Big Rooster Jeff.
We just wanted to be as far out as possible with the name. I just think it's pretty good to have people underestimating you originally.
Yeah.
So if you come out with a semi-comical name and then you blast them with these tunes, then they won't know.
So the levels of perception before they hear the music.
Absolutely, yeah. So they're thinking,
Yeah.
But it's one of those where it's like, if you think about it, every band name, if you sit back and you think, actually, that's really weird. Any really famous band, you can just say the name. Like, say everyone's Fleetwood Mac, you can think, what?
Pet Shop Boys. and stuff like that.
Anything like that. So we wanted sort of a name that was a bit different and a sort of.
Because it's not a gimmick, is it? It's not a gimmick name.
It's an inside joke.
Yeah, I can
but it's not a
imagine, but
gimmick.
it's not a gimmick. I mean, there's some bands that have been a gimmick, haven't they? They've had a gimmick name.
Like free.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's
And the music's been a gimmick, innit? So they're putting themselves up for a fall already.
yeah. We're sort of just like letting the music
Do the talking.
with it.
I like that.
And it's one of those, you can laugh at his name, but his music's sort of completely different. As we want the music sort of serious.
Yeah, but
We've got a
once
funny
they listen
name.
to your music, the name's going to stick.
Yeah.
So I get why you've done it that way.
And BRJ works
Yeah,
as well.
BRJ, just
Yeah.
abbreviation,
Yeah.
You got to be careful how you pronounce that as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
BRJ, just an acronym like as Heroes JLS.
So who's going to be the pig farmer then when it all goes sideways?
Oh, me, please.
He's halfway there. He's got a little chicken farmer's pack.
Is it?
Talk about Yorkshire there.
Yeah.
Talk about being Big Rooster Jeff. He owns actual roosters.
Oh, no, that was a while ago. Loud bloody things.
A bit noisy.
So we'll play the next one. So we'll be right back after this, and we'll have a bit more chat with the boys and what future projects going on, and let us know what you think. Keep your messages coming on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Smile Radio 3.
Have we had as your normal abuse for our performances yet?
Not yet, but no doubt they'll be slagging us off.
Yeah, there's always a critique, isn't there?
Yeah, they're all good out there. They're all like Milesy, aren't they? Anyway, we'll be right back with the BRJ after this.
I need to spin.
So you're back with Rich and a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio, and we're joined by Big Rooster Jeff, and that was Lapras, and really mellow tune. It's like a bit different to your previous songs.
Yeah.
A lot different to. I liked it, by the way. I'm not just saying I didn't like it, but my favourite, if I'm honest so far, my favourite is Redshift at the minute.
Nice.
I think it might change me.
Do you think?
Yeah.
With the last
That's a
one?
big
Wait,
statement,
last one.
isn't it?
That's because the last one's like proper for me.
There's
Every
some-
time I listen to it, I couldn't believe we've done that.
Some
You
big
know.
production going on
Yeah.
that last track.
So we've got some messages on Facebook Live.
yes.
Lisa, Patrick, your bum's hanging out. Thanks for that. Yeah, he really appreciates that. it's got to be Rob Spillane. Spillane. And Lisa's telling Mark to shush. Anyway. Corey, Howie saying fab to listen to the songs on the radio. Somehow sound even more
Thanks,
awesome. Big love for the big RJ. Thank you very much, Corey. Thanks very much. Mark wants your autograph, please, Patrick.
Oh, no problem.
And Lisa says, can you wave to her on the camera? There you go. We are going to invest in some more cameras so we can share it. It's not just me and Chris that's on the.
It's all about
It's
us,
it's my radio and I'll have my face on it. No. So tell us a little bit more. So what other projects you've got coming up this year?
Well, after this video, eventually we will want to do another, but we've got more songs to do. We've after these, which were all written at sort of around a particular time. There's another 5 or 6 or so that we want doing.
There's about 10 that want doing it, and it's just about narrowing it down, really.
We've got
picking another 4 which we can go.
Got
These
a lot
are
of
definitely
songs.
the ones we want to do next.
But some of them are like what you'd say the BBC Two one. You know, they're the very radio friendly songs that absolutely anyone could get on with, and they're always nice at gigs because we can use them to bring people back. If a song gets a bit weird and people aren't digging it, one of these other ones, it's like, oh yeah, and it brings everyone back to us.
But at the same time, we've got another song that's for all you music nerds out there. Is not in any key or any time signature that we're working on. So it's one of those where we've got a bit of both going on. You know, we like us sort of straight pop tunes, but we also like songs that don't make any sense and don't have a structure.
How would you describe yourselves?
Floyd-esque. No, that's just Floyd-esque.
They're theatrical, I think.
Yeah, theatrical.
Carrying on the mantle and the torch from Queen and Bowie. You don't see stuff like that anymore. Like
I love Bowie.
big
amazing.
performance, you know, like
Have you always been that way then? Or is with each new member that comes to bring a different dynamic to what the original idea was?
The original idea all happened at the same time with all 3 of us.
There was no other way that like the instrument parts could have been done apart from being really theatrical.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we all sort of knew straight away there's only one piano part, there's only one drum part for this, and it's been as big as possible for this bit and been as low as possible for this bit.
Good.
Yeah. So who's is it you, Max, that does most of the writing then?
I did originally, but now what sort of happens when we're writing new songs is Ruben will come to me with this chord progression or this sequence of notes that's absolutely genius, and it's a little bit too genius.
Yeah.
It's a little bit very complicated, and it's like musicians' music.
Yeah.
It's sort of my job to make it dumbed down, I guess.
That's what I suppose this next one is. This one is sort of we couldn't do what we do. We couldn't do what we do without each other, because I can't do words, melodies, guitar, or anything. So I do strictly chord progressions and piano parts, but Max does guitar melodies, amazing vocals, and he manages to make these really complicated and ridiculous pieces of music. He managed to make them accessible and sort of something that you can hum along to, which is something
I mean I like melodies, but I'm all about lyrics. When I listen to a song, and that's one thing I love about music. It can mean something to you, but mean something totally different to somebody else.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you need to have a good tune that goes along with it. Yeah. But I just think it's genius, and I'm so envious of people. And I mean, Pat spoke in depth, and I'm a frustrated musician. I've all on playing spoons, let alone anything else. And I admire and I respect musicians, and you know, can have it's being able to give something like that, and to, you know, be on stage and get the immediate response at a live gig. I mean, it must be a massive high, you know. I mean, the only closest I've ever got to it is on karaoke, you know, and even I've murdered a song, and I've only got 2 of those: Sweet Caroline and Great Balls of Fire. Jerry Lee Lewis.
Right tunes.
Well, if you like lyrics, you must have loved that last track.
Yes. But I do. I mean, I need to. But sometimes, you know, you listen to a song, and you think, not quite sure, but then they grow on you. But then it depends on what's going on in your life as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
But yeah, I'm really envious of that, and being able to. So, you know, you say, are you classically trained, or are you self-taught, or?
Well, mostly self-taught. I've been sort of playing for the back part of about 4 years, and
wow,
I've just taught myself. I just really the thing that got me was when I discovered David Bowie when I was sort of 14 years old, so about 4 years ago, and I heard Life on Mars, and I just wanted to. I didn't know anything. I couldn't tell you anything about a piano, the notes or anything. I just wanted to be able to play that song. So I learned it, like a really bad version of it, played it really slowly because I couldn't do the notes, and by that time I was hooked and learning every David Bowie song that was ever written, and then it just spiralled out of control and started writing me.
Unfortunately, that's one artist I never got to see. My wife reminds me she's seen him twice, and I'm gutted, absolutely. I'm a massive Bowie fan.
My uncle saw him on the Glass Spider tour in '86, and that's one of those where I was just too young when he quit touring back then. I was a teenager.
So we've got a couple of questions on Facebook Live. Lisa, where do you see BRG in 5 years' time?
On a couch, not working, eating Doritos every morning. We obviously have as aspirations and as dreams, but we have to think realistically about everything we do. And, even something so simple as getting a vinyl out, which is very expensive, only for the manufacture of the vinyl itself is very expensive. We have to, take everything a bit of a time. And this last year, we were trying to do everything as fast as possible. And it just doesn't work because not everyone else wants to work at the same speed as us and this, that and the other. I just think in 5 years' time we want to have a few records out. We want to have enough people listening for us to to be a very massive part of his life.
Maybe a concept album.
Yeah, possibly,
a concept album in that time.
A song that's like 20 minutes long. That's my dream, is a song that's 20 minutes long.
We're halfway there. We've just written a 9-minute.
Yeah.
So...
But the thing is, when you're doing it live, and as musicians, you can take it and you can ad lib, and you can, and you can take it, and while your audience are there and in the palm of your hands, it's like I love percussion, I love drumming, I mean, again, I can't really. No, but there was a guy, Nutty, who works for British Rail, or Virgin, Wakefield Westgate. Well, Nutty, if you're listening, lad. But there was a guy called Eric Delaney. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, a bald-headed drummer.
Sounds familiar.
I'm sure if you go, I mean, I don't know if he's still around now, but I remember I grew up in a pub, a nightclub, and a restaurant, Harold's, down Thorns Lane in Wakefield, and he did this set, and it was just mind-blowing. I mean, this guy at that point, he must have been in his 60s. And he was fit and he had all these drums set up all over, but not just sitting down at a kit, but he had all this percussion going on, and it was absolutely. I was just blown away by this man's talent, and So yeah, I love my drumming. So, nice. But yeah.
Who's your number one drummer apart from Patrick?
Well, there's only one. There's only one, Paddington. Anyway.
He's got custom drumsticks that say Paddington on them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they were from the missus.
Yeah, Christmas gift. You've got to use it, haven't you?
You do. We used them in the video actually. First time I used them because they were only sticks I had. That one covered in tape.
Yeah. If you could play any venue, where would it be? Good question, Lisa.
Glasgow. It's got to be Glasgow, hasn't it?
I don't know.
I'd love to follow in the big Pink Floyd footsteps and play like an old Roman amphitheatre, something like just a really out there old stone venue like they did in the 70s. I'd love to do something completely different.
Or
like
Antarctica.
That. Yeah.
Play it.
It's a bit of a niche market, is that then, isn't it? Really? Unless you want to play to Penguin.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Playing that big hole that Marsden were telling us
about.
Oh, yeah.
Big hole. Centre of Earth. If you're listening, Nick Marsden. Pat, where's your place to play?
Wouldn't you like to fill a stadium? Like the good old Depeche Mode where they did that 101 date tour around America in the 80s and they finished at Pasadena Rose Bowl.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty sweet.
See, for me, it's not necessarily about the venue, as long as everyone's there enjoying themselves, No, I don't know. I'd like to play in the sky. I know that sounds mental, but imagine they have these blimps that have sort of big reception rooms, and that'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
On the moon.
On the moon.
I'd love to do
the dark side of the moon.
He's back. He's back. Who woke him up?
I'm just listening. I'm taking it on board.
I'm kidding. I'm only pulling you.
Because I was thinking of the lyrics. You remind me of it a bit like Guy Garvey and Elbow.
Oh yeah, I love Elbow. Yeah.
The anthemic one, is it a day like this?
Yeah. Have you tried Elbow's beer? Because he makes his own beer, doesn't he, Guy Garvey?
Does it?
No.
Yeah.
I need to try yours.
You'll be seeing colours and all sorts.
For all of you just listening on the radio, then as soon as he mentioned elbow, Patrick elbowed me, so I just thought I'd let you in on the excellent joke.
Brilliant joke.
Yeah. It's good for radio, that, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, all week.
We've got the right faces for radio.
Yeah. No, we've been told that as well, mate.
Yeah.
Right, what we'll do, we'll play the last song, and then you can tell us a little about this NPC and where this come from and what it's all about. So, are my thoughts gonna be changed from the first one? Do you think?
I hope so, and that's only just because I'm biased because it's my favourite.
Right. Okay.
It is, you know.
So you're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio, and you can check this out if you want to find out a little bit more about Big Rooster Jeff. Go to www.smileradio.co and check out the unfeatured artist bit. So we'll be right back after NPC.
It's getting cold, been feeling around this spot now. She left after I told her, been breathing by this spot Here's one for you boys, how does a lifetime look like until I fall back asleep?
I like that. You know
Really
what? How are
like-
you, Patrick? How are you?
I appreciate
I
that,
like
yeah.
that.
Someone say your
Yeah.
Did you hear those chimes at the end?
Do you know
That's
what?
why it's drums and percussion and not just drums.
If you're self-taught, kudos all lad, because that's
Oh,
bang
thank
on.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I really like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as we said off, that'd work as an instrumental alone, I think.
I did just to let you know. I tagged Boy George in who following us as well on Twitter. So
Thank you.
with a bit of luck, so we are the beacon for unsigned music, and this is what today for me when we set out this mission of setting up this radio station, because you know we're infant stages. We only launched in July. I've loved today. I've been part of
too,
Really
thank
nice.
you.
Yeah, thanks
been
for
part
having
of this journey. I'm not just blowing smoke up your ear end either when I say this.
Hey, hold up, I'm beginning to feel a little bit sick here.
No,
A
you
journey?
You know, you are.
Part of a journey?
Yeah,
You're
but-
welling up a bit.
No, I'm just if don't I'm on a roll.
sorry.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But it's just been out of part, you know, and listening to and watching you guys. You know, watching you when we were playing that track back, and I know for people might be able to see it on Facebook, but in the studio you can actually see, you know, the love you've got for what you're doing, and that's amazing. And to be able to do something that you love, and this is where I'm going. The point I'm trying to make is, I can't play an instrument. I can't really sing. But I can appreciate what you guys are doing, and to be able to get your message and get your music out there and be part of that journey. And if you have some success, you know, by association, you know, with a bit of luck, who knows, we might get a little bit of that too. Do you know what I mean? But it's all about sharing the love, and I just think it's, yeah, I really, and I have to say, I do like that last song, the NPC. I do like that. So tell me, for me, I would listen. I could hear a little bit of Keane. I could definitely get a Bowie influence.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody structure,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. And how it completely changed course.
Multi-layered and multi-structured,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I do
It's like a tapestry, innit? One's weaved over the top of other, and then one's pulled out to leave something else.
Yeah, totally. It's like it could be two songs,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's
Yeah.
just two songs that have been shoehorned.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And
like
it was one of the
it
first
is.
ones we did together,
I think
really.
it was.
No, I like that. No, that is really, really good. And like I said, the drums, you needed to make the impact, and you did. And now it finished on the pianos at the end. No, that's really good.
I think
Sometimes I've been told I'm too loud, but that's
Oh,
not true.
take the notice. I get that told all the time.
right, a couple of questions, and then I'll come back to the NPC. Richard Bates has said, who would you like to sing with or support?
As in dream or realistically, do you think?
Well,
either.
anything's possible, isn't it?
Well, no, because unfortunately, lots
Oh.
of people I would are dead, unfortunately.
Oh, well,
or,
yeah,
or,
there is
you know,
that.
the good ones, but... No, David Gilmour, if he was still going for me.
Oh yeah, he's a legend.
I'd love to collab with Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance, but I think he's in retirement at the moment. He's doing his comic stuff. But maybe once he hears us,
who knows?
it might be just a spark he needs.
The Gerard Way. I'd love to support Carl Palmer. I saw him a few years ago, and he was amazing.
Cracking Carl Palmer of Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
He's one of the boys.
Emerson and Lake aren't around anymore, so it's
So it's
just
more of a
Palmer.
single entity then.
Yeah, he's the drummer, but he's still he's a similar drumming style to Pat, whereas he makes that impact. There were another band with just three of them, similar to us, but not similar to us in members, but not in musical style at all. But basically, they had three of them, and they're about the same thing, driving as much impact home as possible on the parts where it needed it. And there's some songs I feel like I listen to a lot. Everyone's playing all at the same time, and not everyone needs to be playing their instrument all at the same time. There needs to be bits where it's just guitar, it's just vocal, or it's even just drums.
But you
for
can
a
also have an
split
understated impact
Yeah.
as well, though, can't you? It doesn't have to be thrashing in your face
second.
or
Exactly.
high melodies. You know, you can have a very, very subtle drum.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, we
and sometimes that works, but sometimes that can be even better than anything
Yeah,
else.
you need your lows. For
Yeah,
your
because
highs
the
and-
understatement sometimes works the song all the way through.
Yeah.
It's like less is more. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the-
That's what I was looking for.
yeah.
Less is more.
I think the Chili Peppers encapsulate that really well, like more than any other band. All the songs are just like 3 notes.
I've
like,
really
oh,
enjoyed what you've done today.
Thank you.
Listening to your music.
So apparently Lisa wants you to wave to your nephew, Patrick. So give her a say hello. And Becca Blanchard, hi boys.
Hello.
Chelsea Lee, hi Chelsea. Thanks for tuning in. So, what's next then? What's going on? What other songs have you got in the pipeline? I know you said you've got another 4 that you work. You've written,
We've got
recorded,
tons of songs
or
in pipeline.
have you recorded them yet? Or
No, unfortunately not. Though that's about a quarter of what we've got at the minute, basically.
Right.
It's
That's
just
sort of a quarter.
you can't do it all at once, and
No.
you know the amount of time and energy it took just to do those 4. But luckily we've done them now. We know how to do it again. If you know what I mean.
So you got your method there.
Yeah, we can write songs very quickly. That's a benefit about there only being 3 of us. So I can go over to Rube's house. I can show him chords, show him structure and that. I can bring it, show it to Patrick. He gets his drums down, and we've got it like that.
Yeah.
In one session, potentially we can nail a song. Whereas it might take another band with 4, plus more members.
More mouths to feed, isn't there?
Yeah.
And more
And they
ideas
probably all
to
want
keep
their
going.
opinion as well as.
And we're blessed because these 2 are brothers and they're not trying to be better than each other. There's sort of virtually no egotism between us.
Yeah, I get that.
So no, because at the end of the day, I'm not a great guitar player or singer or piano player, and these 2 aren't very good at drums. Do you know what I mean?
So it fits.
We just sort of we know subconsciously what each of us want in each track,
Yeah.
and it's very, very rare that one of us says, "I'm not sure about that bit." That might have maybe happened twice in the close to 20 tracks that we've got.
Would
whether they've
you
been finished
feel
or not.
that you've learnt your apprenticeship to an extent on the first 4 tracks, and there's been a natural progression and improvement in your style and production of a track?
Yeah,
Definitely.
you can hear that on the record itself, because as the record progresses, there's more. You can tell we're getting more comfortable in the studio. For example, the last song, NPC's got loads of weird spacey noises on it, so you can tell we're sort of comfortable enough. We've recorded it, and we're going to layer it up with synths and all these sort of space noises and
Well,
stuff like that.
the last one, you can see that all the way through. I mean, the red shift, I like that. That's really good. Then there's a progression, but I think on that EP there, your summit is NPC.
Do you think it will good tend on it though? Because it starts a bit crazy. It's enough for people to go, but not listening to that in the first 10 seconds. You know what I mean? That's why we put it towards end.
No, I like
the
I
piano
think-
finishes that.
Yeah,
you
and
know what
I
mean?
think it sort of rounds you. If you finish with that, the piano finishes the EP off fantastically.
Thank you.
Definitely.
And you can walk away from that kind of drop mic and right, I'm off for a
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Funnily enough, we start live with MPC every time. That's
Yeah.
that's
And we
the thing we
finish with
open with.
Redshift,
Yeah,
yeah.
we finish. Yeah.
Basically, because if you start a song like NPC live, you just the rhythm, like that beginning part, you can just sort of. We've noticed, don't mean this in sort of an egotistical way, but we've noticed from just playing it at lots of venues that introduction does turn heads. Just that
Straight
sort
away,
of that sort of
So
sound.
that's the impact that you're after.
Yeah, just
It's
the
so
chords.
stabby.
The chords that we use in there are not used very often. They've got some odd notes in there, so it's just sort of. It just sort of draw. We found it just sort of draws the ear a little bit, and it's a really good live opener because then it's got those changes in it. People think, they think they know where it's going, and then it sort of does that.
But I did like that
dancey
drop.
bit,
I did
and then
like.
it goes
I
to
did.
the end.
The salsa bit.
Yeah. Away from music, do you have any other interesting hobbies? Or is it all encompassing this?
You're a car guy, aren't you, Pat?
Oh, I like cars because it's my job, and it's just something I'll do. And then, but me and Ruben both make beer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we've had a bit of a chat about that.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, when we all end of the day, we spend a lot of time together. We talk to each other virtually every day. We're all involved in each other's hijinks. A couple of weeks ago, Ruben got an organ, so obviously all band had to go help. A massive pipe organ that's got an external blower on it, and we had to get it from one side of Dewsbury to other, and it turned into a big band day, didn't it? It was good.
It's a very nice day out.
We're up there.
Hand organ handling.
I don't think Rob was there that day, was
No,
he?
it wasn't.
No.
No.
It was heavy lifting, man.
He had his one day off for a year then.
You had to give 3 months' notice.
Chill out, Ruben.
Talk about the video.
Oh yeah. So today, probably 6:30 or 7 o'clock. We're not sure yet. We're going to release a video for Redshift on YouTube, and obviously we'll be sharing the link everywhere we can. And if everyone can have a watch, and obviously give their views on it and share it, and we
We'll
need
be
some
sharing it
views.
straight away.
Yeah.
It's first ever video, so help
Yeah.
the Rooster take off. No.
And then we've got
I did have a sneak preview earlier on in the week, and I enjoyed it.
Quality.
and we've also got
Good work, Rob.
Cheers, Rob.
Masterful Rob over there.
We've also got the tracks you heard there from the EP. The EP has been released on the 12th of April. We've got that finalised. So that's when they're going to be available on Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube.
Everywhere.
We just want to get it everywhere we can because
Yeah.
there's more chance here, even iTunes. Just anywhere you can, you'll find it on 12th
Pat's
of
going to do a
April.
live set on Babe Station.
Yeah.
Good lad. That'll be a winner, that, won't it? Well, you're just going to be playing your drums in the background or something. Scantly clad, ring this number, premium rate.
With his red wellies on.
Red wellies on, marmalade sarnie and dodgy mac on.
Tune into Paddington.
Yeah.
Paddington's Power Hour.
That's a different spin on it as well, isn't it? A Babe Station. There'll be some sucker there, watch that, it's just finished his graveyard shift. He's got his stack of fibres ready to put into slot tins off, and he's here just banging drums like that. Big marmalade smile on him like that. Hey! You've been done on Babe Station.
No, that's his next single, Marmalade Smile. I don't know, it just worked really well.
It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah. So when you, as you know, we've done a couple of gigs where we've covered it and we stream it live. So Elvis Wesley.
Wesley's in the Hijacked there
Yeah.
at the...
On the 16th of March. I need just to
the
confirm
Clifford's
that.
Facts venue. What's it called?
The Light, is it? The Light?
Big room, bar room, something room in Clicking.
He did say something
He
anyway.
did tell us, and he did
So-
remind me today to drop him his name again.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Go on.
I don't know.
Live
I
room.
know what you mean.
Light, is it? No, is it live
Is it
room?
The Light?
Live room. Oh,
Is
the
it-
light. I thought it was a light or something.
The Light, I'm sure
Oh,
it is.
no.
But if
Crown
it-
of Light.
No, that's Heckman White.
Yeah, this is in Clicking.
Where is it? It's
So,
called
can I ask
The
you a
Light-
question?
The
If
Live
you had
Rooms.
one album to listen to over and over again, which would it be?
Go, Pat.
Oh no, Bagsy not first.
Black Parade, My Chemical
Yeah.
Romance.
I don't know. That's the most difficult question in the world. I don't know. It'd be "Selling England by the Pound" by Genesis, just because it's got everything on it.
I think I'd have to do The Wall with Pink Floyd just because, and it's 2 discs as well, so it's longer than you get more viewing, listening pleasure there.
So my greatest hits of the Cause isn't that cutting it that much then, is it? That's my favourite go-to
We
when we
were-
candlelit bath.
To be fair, I was going to say Boy George Greatest Hits.
Greatest
but-
hits.
Oh, I'm lying. George
Can't say
Michael,
greatest.
Living Without Prejudice, Volume 1.
Oh yeah,
good.
George Michael was excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
I'm going to say you
Bless
can't do greatest. It's like Alan
Did you-
Partridge.
Did you hear
the
about
best of the Beatles?
Did you? What was yours that you just said then?
Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1 by George Michael.
Yeah. Did you hear how George Michael died?
Is this a joke and is it appropriate for this
It
time?
is appropriate. It is
Oh,
appropriate. So basically, they found he died, and the police went over to his house, and they found a chocolate bar lodged in his throat. They said it were a careless whisper.
Oh, dear.
You know, if you ever find something that needs to be found with a better joke factual than that, because that were bad, Ruben, to be fair.
It was pretty terrible, but I
You
just
know,
couldn't resist.
it were bad
I
all
just couldn't
round.
resist.
I'd have dropped a Fritzl joke in or something.
Oh, can I change my answer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course you can.
Michael Jackson. If we say that, then it'll be
No, it's all right.
People want to listen then.
He has got some good tunes, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
you know, he could sing a song though, to be fair.
Although I did like it when your Pulp man went on that video, you know, Earth Song video, and your man from Pulp, Jarvis Cocker, went on and started flashing his T-shirt up to camera. That was clever.
That was fantastic.
That was very
yeah,
funny.
yeah. We're going to cover a Pulp song this year, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we are.
Which one?
Well, I said Common People. I think we could pull it off.
Mm.
He's got his Jarvis Cockerness, and he's got his little synthy noises we can do.
You could do your own spin on that, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's what.
Every cover
that,
we've
yeah.
done in the past, we have sort of ripped it apart a bit and done it in our way because there is only 3 of us and we've no bassist. So sometimes you have to sort of incorporate that. Like we used to do Take Your Mother Out, but we made it into a massive tune. You know what I mean? We totally sort of played
Yeah.
around with it.
The Bowie ones were always great covers. Like we used to do Space Oddity, but we used to do it completely differently to the original.
One of our friends, Lee Doddy, used to be bassist in a Bowie tribute band called the Young Americans.
Really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, the lad who will lead sing it, he thought he were Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he
Oh.
was he believable as well? Could you watch him and think, I'm
Yeah,
actually
he was,
Bowie?
wasn't he? And he had the groupies a
amazing.
lot. And he could sing, couldn't he, to be fair?
Yeah, he really good, but I think he liked to rinse, didn't he? I
No, I
think.
did, I think, yeah. There were no clubs of alcoholism with him. He were rattled all the time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Not when we used to be right cracking. One likes to think he was driving bus home.
Well, there is that, yeah.
Ultimate nominated driver, not lead singer.
Right then, so what songs would you? Cause we're into the last 20 minutes, and so what songs would you like? What would you like to end on for today? Do you wanna?
You go first. Pick one.
What, one of ours?
No.
Any? Oh, any tune.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like being handed the aux cable at a party, isn't it? You're like, oh no, what should we listen to?
You're strong on decision making.
Should we whack Common People on? We were just on about that one.
Yeah.
That's a really
I
good
can
one.
put a bit of. If I
It's
can
always a favourite.
well, I will do it if I can get them.
Well, Ruben's choice at Venga Boys has obviously been overthrown.
No, he can have that. If he wants the Venga Boys to come in, what about Cheeky Girls?
This is some 90s school.
That's
disco.
well arch.
Right, bear with me a second. I'm just
One
having
finger
a few technical issues. What I tell you what I'm going to do I'm going to play Redshift again if that's all right with you guys.
Absolutely.
This is what's going to be live tonight with the video.
Yeah.
So I'm just having a few technical difficulties with my music. So I'm going to play Redshift by Big Rooster Jeff. You're listening to Rich and a Bit of Chris live on Drive Time on Smile Radio. If you missed this or this show, any other show, you can go to www.smileradio.co and click on demand and catch us.
This is comedy gold, is this? I think it's unintentional comedy gold.
Why?
I just think it's been quite a good show today, Richard.
I thought you were my little spiel then, I was thinking.
No, you're getting polished every week, all that.
Right, we'll be right back after. I know we played this earlier, but I do like this.
The song's so nice, he played it twice.
Yeah, and I think. Do you know what?
It's like very radio toyish, is it? You know, when you play something, you think, do you know it was that good? I want to play it again.
Do you know? No, but do you know what I'm going to finish up on? I'm going to finish with MPC. That's what we're definitely going to finish up.
Get in.
I'm going to finish
and
that
that's
shit.
how it goes, and that's how you're going to do it all the time.
Yeah.
It is.
Rob, take note.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I can. Come on, work. It's gone on a go slow. Come on. Don't do this to me.
Should we do a cappella version, boys?
Yeah.
Right, hang on a second. I'll say in G.
We're having... Hello and welcome to Drive Time. I'm Rich Harrison. You can catch me for the next few hours on Smile Radio. Right, let's kick it off with a few songs. Shabba.
got you, and I'll never let you go. No, no, no.
The music you love right here, right now.
Right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. We had a bit of a technical difficulty there, but we're back live on Smile Radio, and we are joined with Big Rooster Jeff. So before it all went Pete Tong, we were going to play the Red Shift again, and we're going to play it now, and we'll be right back after this.
All I knew, red shift.
So we're back with Rich and a little bit of Chris live on Smile Radio on Drive Time. We had a few technical issues, so apologies for that, but we're back. But unfortunately, we're into the last 8 minutes of our bit. So I've really enjoyed today,
It's
guys.
been a pleasure meeting
Yeah,
you.
we've loved it. Thank you.
And,
It's been good to be here.
We hope to be continuing with your journey as well, and we'll do whatever we can to help promote you, share the love, and so and you're more than welcome to come in again. So when you've got your next
cracking.
4 or whatever, you let us know. Keep it coming. So
See how the journey's progressing.
yeah. So
said more than a feeling then, but that was Boston.
I like how you drop in this. Have you had a little game going on your lot? See how many song titles we can drop in.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
I don't know how you're going to drop that Venga Boys one in there.
It's going to be a bit hard, isn't it?
In a boom, I'm sure.
well done. So what's put my teeth in. When you're playing next, what's the next venue you're at?
We're doing a show with Damo Suzuki, if you know, from a band called Can. We're doing a show with him.
Yeah, he's a Japanese chap, as far as I know. Everyone keeps telling us. And he was in a German band called Can in the early 70s, sort of 73, when they were at the peak and the prime. And he's coming over here, and he's done it before, and he's done this sort of tour or whatever. But we're going on as the backing musicians with a couple of other chaps. And we're going to be improvising and following, sort of taking his lead. But that's going to be nice to be involved with, and that's sort of at end of March at Dewsbury Socialist.
Yeah.
But then as Big Rooster Jeff, we might have something in April. That's still hearsay at the moment. But it's sort of June, it seems to be kicking off for us. We're hoping to maybe get on some outdoor stuff even in May, but those things sort of happen at that kind of time, you know what I mean?
We're booked in at 360 at some point, I think.
Yeah.
That's
Can't reveal when.
I nearly said it then.
Oh yeah, we've got Harrogate in June at the Blues Bar on the 30th of June. We're going to be on for a good couple of hours there. Be nice to go to North Leeds. It sounds really close, but it's really far away.
So we can play 2 or 3 of Ruben's 20-minute songs.
Yeah.
That's a set then.
But like I say, because we want to. It's not just about being in the studio. We would like to sort of get out there as well and do various gigs. So I'm hoping eventually to try and organise like a little mini event where we did a charity one back in September, didn't we, for the Samantha Sykes Foundation, who I'm heavily involved with, and we had a number of bands who came and gave up the time, free of charge, which we donated beer. So
Six St Patrick's boxes there.
Was it a craft ale or was it a craft ale?
No, well, it wasn't a craft ale bar, but in a marmalade stand in a big pair of wellies, I think you've got Patrick Hill playing on and just bank drums like the beast from Upbeat.
So yeah, I might get in touch with you when we if you'd be interested in doing that. So
Yeah, thank you.
but yeah, if you've got any venues and they're willing to let us stream it live on the night,
Wonderful, yeah.
so we'd love to get amongst it, and who knows, all part of the world domination, innit?
Yeah.
So we're coming up to the last sort of 5 minutes, and I think all that's left really is just to say thanks to
Again, brilliant.
you guys and security for letting him in.
Great work, Rob.
Cheers, Rob.
No, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for showering us in compliments.
Fine Friday as well.
I think my ego's thrice as big.
Thrice?
That's a word, isn't it?
Thrice as big?
Yeah.
Thrice as much.
Very Chaucer-esque is that?
Ooh.
Short.
Oh my god.
It's another big word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But no, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's been
Far out.
lovely.
So what we're going to do, we're going to finish off with the MPC.
That's it.
So we just want to say thanks very much, everybody, for tuning in. Everybody on Facebook Live. Lisa, thank you so much for all your questions. Bit of nepotism, you can't beat it. But thanks very much, everybody. Mark, Roosters is shouting. So so thanks very much,
Is that
guys.
the chant that you have?
Roost!
What have I shout?
So we're going to sign off. I'm Mitch.
And I'm Chris.
So thanks everybody for tuning in. Catch us next week. If you've missed this show or any other show, you can catch it again. Don't forget, stay tuned for who we got now, the Colonel
Bacchus.
Colonel Bacchus from the USB. So stay tuned for him. And thanks again, guys. Don't forget, give us 3 rings when you get him.
Hey.